4C doesn't compare to my little Miata. Oh yeah, I feel it. I like it.
I like letting other people drive it to like, it kind of gives me like another appreciation of the car too, you know? So, all right, I'm in the 4C here with my friend Natalie. That's the first time riding in the 4C, right?
What's up?
And we are on Cow Creek Road.
Oh shit, and we got all the angles. Oh, love it, fun.
Yeah, this is like one of my favorite roads, like for sure. You said you've been down here before though, right?
Yeah. I love that fucking feeling. We're hoping that we don't hit a deer or anything, huh?
Yeah, Jeff hit a deer earlier. It's freaking crazy.
I said that the car looks like it has British teeth. I would keep it that way.
That's hilarious, yeah. Yeah, the deer made a little dent in the bumper.
It's like the car is dancing. I feel like all the traction, it doesn't feel like it slips.
No, so like these tires or the wheels are about an inch wider in the front and an inch and a half wider in the back. And I've got Bridgestone RE71Rs on here, and these things just hook up and grip. It's fantastic.
We want to give the brand a shout out again so you can be sponsored.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I love the RE71Rs. Like they do need to sponsor me because I have them on my my Fiata too, the 124. They're fantastic.
I can say that this 4C doesn't compare to my little Miata, my little 91 Miata down here.
I love a Miata though. Like it's just,
I know.
They're so fun.
The world wants too much money for them right now for what they're...
Oh, for the NAs? Yeah, for sure. Well, they're a classic car now, so it's, you know.
Oh my God, he had a snake. The bird, the eagle or whatever had a snake.
Oh, that's cool.
It was carrying a snake.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So this is a good little picture spot. So we're going to stop for pictures here. Hopefully the rest of the group will catch up.
I like it.
Man, this radio in here is like dog shit.
It's okay, don't hate on it. It wasn't meant to be the best.
Yeah, you're supposed to just listen to the car.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember which low water crossing it is that's like really steep. It's not this one. Like if you hit it wrong or like going too fast, like you'll totally scrape. Like on the underneath side of the nose of this car, it's actually like all scraped up and like flat bottomed out just because I do this shit all the time. Ooh, what was that? Your can?
My can. Any extra sound effects?
Because of the carbon fiber tub, like anything that gets loose like in here, like it starts rattling around, like you hear like everything. Like it makes, yeah, see, it just makes like a ton of noise. So have you ridden in like a lot of mid-engine cars before?
A lot of what?
Mid-engine cars?
Oh,
like
not a lot.
No. But you used to have a Miata, right? Did you ever like experience like with the Miata, like if you lift off or like brake real hard in the corner, like the back end wants to like spin out on you?
Yeah.
Mid-engine cars, like a lot of times you'll hear people talking about snap oversteer, and that's what it is. It's like they panic brake in the middle of a corner or even just like lift off, right? And Miatas do that a little bit, but mid-engine cars are way worse. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, like when you're driving. So like whenever you're mid-corner, don't lift off like real quick, and also like don't brake. Like you have to make sure like you're broke as much as you wanted to
already,
like as you're in the corner,
And this traction control compensates, so you feel like
it does a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's like so far I've just had it in natural mode, which is like the standard mode, and the traction control works pretty good. But in dynamic, it reduces the traction control, and like you slide out a little bit, and then like whenever you put in like race mode, the traction control is completely off, and you can get in trouble that way.
So there's no clutch, but it's paddle shifters.
There is no clutch. You can just leave it in automatic if you want.
Yeah, for
so like just give you like the rundown of the buttons real quick. Yeah, there you go, perfect. To get it into drive, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can, like with your foot on the brake, you can hit the 1 up there, and that will put you in drive.
Yeah, like the first gear.
Yeah, first gear. And then if we just leave it in automatic, you don't have to worry about shifting or anything. But I can like show you how to do the paddle shifters, like maybe in like a little bit. But why we didn't record like coming in.
Yeah.
Like we had dinner, lunch, lupper, like whatever you want to call it, out at a friend's ranch, and we had no idea like it was going to be like this long ass gravel road like getting in. So all these exotic and like vintage cars like coming in. That was fun. Ah, geez, yeah.
Big old rocks.
Yeah, I guess if you see big rocks, like try to avoid them, but you know.
Try to run over them. Got it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Like really, things like sound worse in this car than they are because of the carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like, but don't like. It's like you can feel everything in the steering wheel in this, which is kind of cool. But
yeah. So this was the last car that you could buy that had a manual steering rack.
Really?
Yeah. Like everything else like produced after this thing has all been either electric steering or hydraulic steering.
Well, that's fucking dope.
Right. Yeah. So
you get like a real driver experience.
Exactly. And what's funny is that when this car came out, a lot of like automotive journalists complained about that shit.
Really?
They were like, yeah, because like the steering wheel is kind of darty and like it does like tram line like a lot.
Yeah.
So like it does pull you around, but whenever you load up the suspension like in a corner and you can just really feel everything.
Yeah.
Like it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, like now, like people complain, they're like, oh, like everything with the steering is numb and everything these days, So it's like, well, you could have bought this, but like you guys like poo-pooed it instead of like.
Yeah.
I want you to definitely like see how the car feels and enjoy it, but maybe back off about 30% from what I was going earlier.
So, do you have a name for this car?
Nah, I just call it the 4C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she feels like she has a fat ass. I feel like her tires are nicely traction on the seat.
Yeah.
Like,
right?
That's what I would compare it to.
So, I haven't forgotten the very first time I got in a car with you driving. Within like the first like 90 seconds, you almost understeered like right off the road.
But I did good.
But you didn't go off the road, yeah. So
I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
It's just testing the waters.
This way.
I'm still going slow. Look, it's like a 50 and I'm going 65.
Yeah.
I just like, it sounds dramatic.
This car definitely has like a crazy sense of speed.
Okay, and so this top comes down, right?
No, this one is the fixed roof, the coupe.
Okay.
But there is a version of it that's more like a Targa top. And like that, it's got a little cloth top that like rolls up and like, uh-oh, we're being passed.
Okay, bye.
She says you did great.
That little boost. It was like, oh wait, I wasn't ready to breathe. I heard it.
Uh-huh.
Your baby.
Yeah, like you hear the turbo like kind of loading up.
Yeah. Look at the cows. Let's go. She's on my ass.
Nice.
I like this feeling, the steering. I like it.
Can you kind of see like what I was talking about though, about how it kind of like follows the road and stuff like
Yes.
that? But you say you like it
Yeah.
because like a lot of people were complaining about that. This whole video where like me and a friend of mine, he's a mechanic. He works on exotic cars. He's like really familiar with these, and like we take mine for a drive because like mine's like bone stock. Like in fact, I still had my stock wheels on it at the time, and he had actually never driven one that was completely stock. So I was like, okay, well you gotta go drive it and like see like what people complain about with like the factory cars.
Go on.
So, so you do kind of have to be careful like doing stuff like that because if you start like pendulum swinging it, remember like the weight is all in the rear of this car.
But do you?
Right.
Can you, as a passenger, can you tell that I'm not pressing the gas? I'm letting it dance and it's not sharp dancing.
Right, yeah. Yeah, like you were just swinging.
Yeah. How about we like let her be the bait? She can get the ticket.
That's a good idea. Yeah. But anyway, no, like, so like Josh and I were like driving my car and like we were basically just ragging on everyone that like complains about like how like terrible the steering is and stuff.
Oh yeah, I feel the dance. I feel the wind. Well, so whenever I do that like in every car, and also like play with the clutch, so that I can feel like that reaction when you said I understeer. Like I want to know what to prepare for if that moment happens.
Right. Yeah.
So that would be my way of feeling that mid-engine. Just I felt it whenever we were gliding. I didn't punch it. Like I didn't. I also didn't accelerate into the, like, I mean, it was a stop, but
right.
I rolled into the stop, but I was like, let me feel what it feels like at a low speed first, and then start, like, slowly trickling into what I can handle.
Yeah, the weight transfer, like on mid-engine cars, is a little bit different from, like, front-engine cars, you know. Kind of part of the problem is, like, you never really want the rear end to be unloaded, you know, because if the rear end goes light, then it's going to want to oversteer.
Okay.
And since like there's a rearward weight bias when it starts to oversteer, it's like the inertia of the asset of it, like really takes it, you know.
Yeah. Cars
like this, like the Elise and like other mid-engine cars, like whenever like you're oversteering in them, they're actually like really hard to like catch.
You're kind of like, man, I made a mistake already. Like
not yet.
Okay, but you were saying you and your friend were talking about.
Oh yeah, so like the video is entitled "What You Say About the 4C Steering Says More About You Than the Car."
Yeah.
Yeah, just because of like all the people like complaining about it, you know. So
that should be a commercial. And then they're drinking a 4C energy drink.
Yeah, there you go.
I like the steering wheel too.
Yeah, like what do you think about the flat bottom of the steering wheel? Like I've heard like some people complain about that too, but it's like, I mean, like why? I mean, it just gives your legs more room, you know?
I liked it for whenever I was coming from that stop and I was turning, then I just held this because I was steering with this, but I was letting that feedback, this control it instead of right here. Yeah. Because I could have, but sometimes it's like elbows in, not elbows out.
Screaming banshee that it does.
Let's hear it again.
Yeah. Isn't that ridiculous? But yeah, so like, what do you think about like sitting in the driver's seat versus sitting in the passenger seat? Like,
this one you definitely feel like more of this bucket seat thing.
And there's way more room over there too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like my knees are like all up into the dash over here. Yeah, you can let her go first. That's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna pass all y'all anyways. I would say almost the same, except it gives you, I don't know, you have some more room. Yes, definitely some leg room.
There's a lot more. Or just because yeah, it's behind this like kick panel down here on the passenger side is like where all the switches and the relays and fuses are.
But I like being in the passenger and seeing that it literally looks like in this dash for it to not have so much going on. They just like paid special attention to it being for the driver. It was meant for a driver. Like it's tuned to drive it or race it or be a sporty car, rather than like those sports cars where they're like, but let's also add all this electrical bullshit and gimmicks.
Yeah, this thing is definitely like very focused and raw.
Yeah, like okay, it's in driver's seat. I'm like, I love how everything's just like, this is your zone, you know? And then you just get to like feel the awesomeness of being a passenger princess. You get to feel the awesomeness when you're in the passenger seat. That's what I would say. Like they did just the right amount to be like, you are being taken out on a hot date, and that's all you need. You just need to sit there, look good, and then the driver's gonna handle the rest. And then the driver has everything they need so that if they're tracking it, like they're comfortable. So I like it.
Yeah, I don't get to be a passenger princess in my car very often, so.
I want it shifted a lot sooner than I would have shifted it. I don't feel like it pulled enough there. It's like
Yeah.
economy, and
Well, I mean, like we're just
Yeah.
gonna go slow right now. So.
I'm making commentary on the automatic mode.
Yeah, I mean, like
A little fuel efficient, which is good.
I wish this thing came in a manual. Like they just didn't come in a manual at all. This car has actually like solidified for me the fact that I really just love manual transmissions. You know, because as badass as this car is,
Yeah.
like I wish it had a stick.
Dan gets quiet when I get closer to cars or speed up.
I was just thinking that you could have made that.
I was going to, but I chickened out because I felt like I had an audience. I was like, oh god, there's
But yeah, don't worry about me being nervous. Like, you just focus on driving. I don't want to make you nervous by proxy. All right, so you want to play with the paddles a little bit? I'm going to hit this button like down here, and like now you see it says manual up there.
Yeah, no, 6. And it only goes up to 6, right?
It only goes up to 6. Like that's downshift, and this is upshift.
Okay.
And you can't really fuck it up. The computer won't let you like money shift it or anything. So
When in doubt, it'll automatically go to its.
it will actually.
Yeah, it'll
like
default.
yeah, like if you forget to downshift and like you come to a stop, it'll actually like downshift for you and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
better with this.
Even in like manual.
But we can downshift, right? And we're gonna accelerate.
There you go.
Scary. Okay.
Yeah, like if you're in 6th and like you know you're about to accelerate, you can like double tap it, and it'll downshift right into 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, like do it now and then go.
Okay. Touch that. Ow! Do you feel like it has enough to like comfortably you downshift and you don't have to brake like a real manual? Or
Yes, yeah, like totally. Like when you can downshift and slow the car down, like just with engine braking. Yeah.
So that boost right there, what do we call it? The wastegate is like.
But yeah, I know, like that's a little bit of like compressor surge with the little fluttering you hear, and yeah, I mean like it would probably be better to like downshift and hit it, but I don't know if you noticed earlier, but it does that even in automatic.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what
Yeah, so it's not like lugging the engine, but it is like kind of demanding more of the turbo than it can deliver at that moment in time.
Yeah.
But shit, I've been doing that to this car for like 10 years, so I don't think it's gonna hurt it.
And I love the fucking feeling of this road. I love the steering. I love feeling that every moment. I don't know what this is. Ah! I'm nervous. Just a little bit.
For what?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, maybe a little bit of nervousness is good.
You know, whenever you're not sure if it's gonna like there was one earlier you did where it was like curving and then it was like, when are you gonna end?
Right, yeah.
That's how I felt, where I was like, okay, so when should I punch it or not?
Yeah, like the decreasing radius turns like will get you out for sure. I love that though. I love like driving with like other like cool cars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel it. I like it. I felt it. I feel the slide.
Right? Like when the steering like loads up a little bit,
Yes.
like, you can like really feel it.
And it was barely loaded. That was cool. Okay, now I'm nervous.
Yeah, like
Can I downshift?
There you go.
Wait, I don't need to do that much
That's
because it's still 75. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I could do 90. That was fine.
Yeah, everything about this car is like a visceral experience, you know? Like you feel it in your ass, like you feel it coming in through the steering wheel, like you hear it, you know? It's great.
Yeah. I love that you can feel like the freaking bumps in the road where it loads. Now it's loading like this wheel here in the front, like left front loaded, but feels like a spaceship. At times, yeah. At times I also feel like I'm playing a video game with this.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, definitely like with the paddles and stuff, like you feel like a video game for sure.
With the paddles, with the like blind spots. Where really you're like you're in that little thing at Gaddy Town or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So how are you liking the paddles versus the just leaving it in automatic?
I like the paddle shifters more because you're more in control.
Right.
But is this one of those cars where like you have an automatic and you start using the paddle shifters, then it just like goes into manual, or?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like anytime like you like want to demand like a downshift or something, you can just hit it.
Yeah.
Even when you're in automatic, yeah, it'll do that. Oh, going back to the brakes on this car, the brakes I think are fantastic in this car. And I think it has more to do, like, not necessarily the brakes themselves. I mean, they are nice. It's like a multi-piston, like caliper stuff.
They're not touchy at all. Like, it doesn't, like, in a bad way, you know? Like,
yeah. But I think what really makes the brakes, like, really good is the weight bias and, like, the weight transfer. Because, like I said, like, it's slightly rearward weight biased. And, like, whenever you go to get on the brakes, you get, like, that forward, like, weight transfer. It actually makes the car like more stable.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's like even instead of like a front engine where you're like,
right.
Yeah. Because I touched it a little bit and I go, well, I don't like feel it. And then even like that one where I'm like, I was like, okay, I can't just downshift and I feel bad for the engine. Yeah. So I'm like, let me use the brake a little bit. But I go, whoa, I didn't even feel it. Like, yes, the car is slowing down, but I didn't even feel the brake pedal. Like, I didn't. If that makes sense. It's like in a good way. Why is it so smooth? How are you like this? Tell me more.
Well, I'm really glad you're enjoying the car.
Yeah, thank you.
I like letting other people drive it to like it kind of gives me like another appreciation of the car too, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I like it. I feel lucky.
Oh, good.